Joe Cordero here. Before you continue watching, make sure that you're pressing premiere right here. Make sure you press that button so that you're watching at the same time as everyone else, okay? Make sure you press premiere. It should be right here, that red light. Hey, it's Joe Cordero here. Before you continue watching, make sure that you're pressing premiere right here. Make sure you press that button so that you're watching at the same time as everyone else, okay? Make sure you press premiere. It should be right here, that red light.
This is Coach Brad for 7th grade PE class. Welcome to chapel.
Welcome to chapel.
Goes to chapel.
Can't go back
'Cause all I want is all you are. Will you meet me here again? As I walk now through the valley, let your love rise above every fear. Like the sun shaping the shadow, in my weakness your glory appears. I'm not enough unless you come. Will you meet me here again? 'Cause all I want is all you are. Will you meet me here again? Not for a minute was I forsaken. The Lord is in this place. The Lord is in this place. Come, Holy Spirit, dry bones awaken. The Lord is in this place. The Lord is in this place. Not for a minute was I forsaken. The Lord is in this place. The Lord is in this place. Come, Holy Spirit, dry bones awaken. The Lord is in this place. The Lord is in this place. I'm not enough unless you come. Will you meet me here again? 'Cause all I want is all you are. Will you meet me here again?
Hi everyone, it's Brianna Perez and I'm here with Anaya, and today we're going to be doing some Ask Me Anything questions, so let's get into it. What would be the worst thing to hear as you're going under anesthesia before heart surgery?
Like really scared and like, I don't know, you're about to die or something like that. I would just be really scared and yeah.
What food do you crave most often?
Mostly Mexican food or Asian food.
Okay, what word do you always misspell?
I'd probably say mountain. I don't know why. It's just like mountain is the most hardest word for me to spell.
What values are most important to you?
Family, that's the friends, yeah.
All right. In your opinion, what is the coolest sounding accent?
I don't know. I'd probably say British accent.
All right. And last but not least, what's the most annoying noise?
Smacking. People smacking while eating their food just bothers me so much.
Yeah, it was. All right. Well, that's it for today. Thank you again for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
What's going on, everybody? It's Joker Dare here. Once again, I'm here with Ruby and Zealand. We're out here in a mix talking about, first of all, Happy New Year, everybody. What a 2021 time. So we're in this new year, you know, in our minds, there's maybe this feeling of like freshness, of like something new coming up. But before we get into that, maybe we're like, what is something real quick? Let's start with New Zealand. Of what is something from last year that you've learned that you will continue to take on with you in this next year?
Since last year with coronavirus and everything, I've learned how to be more safe in circumstances like COVID-19. Since COVID-19 is still happening, I could still use it in this year, even though it's not 2020. But yeah, I've learned how to be more safe since last year.
Yeah, I think something I learned last year was definitely that you can get done whatever you want to if you make yourself do it. So I'm just really been trying to make myself do the things that I think are worth doing and not what other people think I should be doing.
So for New Year's this year, of course, it looked different for many of us. How did New Year's look like to you this year? Or what do you usually do?
Usually I go to a family party and I stay up super late till like 2, 3. We play a bunch of games. But this year, since it was just me and my family, just the 5 of us, I just played a couple board games and then I went to sleep at 9 p.m.
For me, we took a trip to Paso Robles, and so we were there. But during New Year's, it's kind of extra special for us because it's my sister's birthday. So we were kind of celebrating that, and we got to stay up way later than usual. And it was really fun, even though it was just the 4 of us.
Something that people think about during the New Year's is making New Year's resolutions, right? But oftentimes, I think we can make resolutions that are way too intense of a life change. So it's hard to keep up with it. So something more manageable are small resolutions, little things that we can change about our life that we can do better to improve the day-to-day. What are some maybe resolutions that you could try this year or you've made yourself?
I think this year I'm going to try respecting my family more. My mom sometimes gets mad at me, so she was giving me these lessons, not lessons, like she was telling me to look up verses in the Bible and see how I could respect my family more. So that's what I think I'm going to try to do this year.
This year, I just set a small goal to make a conscious effort to push myself a little bit out of my comfort zone at least once a week by doing something, whether that's trying something completely new or just doing something that I know will push me, but in a good way.
Thank you, Zealand and Ruby, for talking about the new year and some of the resolutions. Chapel Chat, why don't you drop your New Year's resolutions on there right now? Remember, the smaller the resolution, the more manageable it is for this new year. And as we head into 2021, may we continue to remind each other that we're all in this together. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace, love, and blessings. Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you all had an amazing break, and I am excited to get back in the mix. One thing that I've been thinking about is the super sad fact that I actually haven't met many of you in person before. Maybe I've seen you at that last Vespers we had, but if not then, we've probably not even had a conversation before. And that makes me really sad. One of the things I've missed doing is connecting with you during lunch, out at the tables. So right now, while talking to a camera, editing videos, and reading you comment about my open sign is great. By the way, it's to say that I'm open to your thoughts and feelings. Come on. While all of that is great, I would like to hear more from you and how things are going on with you. So I'm going to invest bigger in the chat. Try engaging in the chat a little bit more, trying to use that more. And so feel free to come early and stay late to talk to me, the real me who is actually in the chat right now, right? please get in the mix, but always just keep your comments appropriate, y'all. And save your pogs until the end, please. Our lovely mods will make sure of that. Thank you, mods. Thank you. Thank you, mods. Wow. One of the things I've loved knowing about you all is what hobbies you're into. What are the things that you enjoy doing? So I'm going to ask you right now in the chat, share it up, see what others are up to. And I'd love to see, the real me would love to read what you put in the chat right now. So ever since high school, one of my favorite hobbies was actually mountain biking. Now, before you make any assumptions about me, the most I ever did were the trails in Loma Linda Hills, so I wasn't super intense or anything. Still, it was a great time going up the hills of Loma Linda. If you are a hobbyist of biking, please, love in the chat, send over those biking emojis. So one time I remember I was biking with some friends and I got inspired. This is a great time for me to get to know other people. So I remember I went on a biking trip up the Loma Linda Hills with this girl that I liked. We went up there, of course, to the top of the hill, enjoyed the view. But then my favorite part, going down the hill on my bikes, on the mountain bike. So one of the things about Loma Linda Hills, they have these little jumps and stuff that you can go off of. And I would go on some of them when I went on the trails with my friends. But on this particular trip, I had to impress the girl I was with, right? So I had this jump coming up that I knew in my mind, I could do this one. And I'm going to really flex on this. So I'm going to get some intense speed on this one. So I remember biking down this path in the hills of Loma Linda with this interest of mine biking behind me. I knew that she could see me, so I had to go fast and show off this sick jump. I was nearing the jump and I went faster and faster and I went up into the air. And while I was midair, I thought, this is amazing. But I had a brain fart and I didn't think about what I had to do to land well. So if you bike and you've gone on jumps, you know that you have to land on the back of your wheel. But that's not what I did. I landed on the front of my wheel. And this is what my bike looked like afterwards. Completely destroyed. Super embarrassing, super humiliating. To many of us this past year, it's felt like we've landed on the front wheel. I remember being excited for 2020, like it's going to be an amazing year, and then going full speed into the plans that we had and then flop, right? The thing is with biking, no matter your riding style, whether it may be small bumps and small rocks or huge jumps, your wheels eventually get off-centered. Like what happened to mine, but I kind of destroyed mine, but they get off-centered. It becomes not straight. So even if you use your mountain bike to simply go around the streets, your wheels eventually get off-centered and you need to true them or get them straight. Now imagine our lives are like a bike wheel. Sometimes we will, at times, like now, right, feel off-centered, maybe confused or imbalanced, maybe overwhelmed. Let's hop in the chat to share when was a time you felt off-centered. Maybe what got you there? What was a time you felt off-centered? Let's share that right now. As we enter this new year, I want to remind you of a passage from Proverbs 3, where it says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." Maybe be reminded this morning that amidst the chaos, Jesus is still the center. If we choose to align ourselves to the center of everything, who is Jesus, we can be centered as well. But how do we do that? Well, we can practice empathy with others, spend time in prayer like we talked about in the last week of prayer. We can practice in the stillness of nature. We can align ourselves with Jesus when we listen carefully, think reflectively, forgive relentlessly, and love generously. I'm going to be sharing with you a song, and while I sing this song, I want you to share in the chat how you will align yourself with Jesus this weekend. Maybe some of the examples can be things that you try, or maybe you have ideas of your own. What will that look like to you? Let's share that now. Jesus at the center of it all. Jesus at the center of it all. From beginning to the end, it will always be, it's always been you, Jesus. Jesus be the center of my life. Jesus be the center of my life. From beginning to the end, it will always be, it's always been you, Jesus. Jesus, nothing else matters. Nothing in this world will do. 'Cause Jesus, you're the center, and everything revolves around you. Jesus, you. From my heart to the heavens, Jesus be the center. It's all about you. Yes, it's all about you. From my heart to the heavens, Jesus be the center. It's all about you. Yes, it's all about, nothing else matters. Nothing in this world will do. Jesus, you're the center, and everything revolves around you. Jesus, you at the center of it all. At the center of it all. With all the hope and uncertainty of this year, may we choose to continually align ourselves with Jesus, who is the same yesterday, today, and forever. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Thank you for
joining us
with
for
our
chapter
couple. See you next time.
time.